fuel prices by the Energy and Petroleum Regulatory Authority, EPRA. And whereas the Speaker of the Senate directed the Standing Committee on Energy to invite the Cabinet Secretaries of the Ministries of Petroleum and Mining and the Energy to appear before the committee on Tuesday, 21st September 2021, to appraise the committee and the entire Senate on the unprecedented escalation of fuel prices in the country. And whereas the Standing Committee on Energy invited the two Cabinet Secretaries pursuant to Article 153(3) and 4 of the Constitution to appear before the committee on Tuesday, 21st September 2021 at 11 a.m., noting that the said Cabinet Secretaries failed to honor the invitation to attend the meeting of the committee, cognizant of the fact that the sharp increase in fuel prices in the country has had a ripple adverse effect on the economy, leading to a rise in the cost of living and the cost of doing business on an already overburdened citizenry, grappling with the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic, further aware that this increase in fuel prices has outraged a majority of Kenyans who bear the brunt of the effects of the increase, such as high cost of transportation, high food prices, high cost of electricity, among other adverse effects on most sectors of the economy. Now, therefore, the Senate, 1, expresses its grave concern on the unprecedented increase in fuel and electricity costs and the adverse effects that these have had on the economy and the livelihoods of the people of Kenya. And 2, expresses its dissatisfaction with the conduct of the two Cabinet Secretaries, namely Honorable John K. Munyes, Cabinet Secretary for Petroleum and Mining, and Honorable Charles Keter, Cabinet Secretary for Energy, in failing to appear before the Senate to address these urgent issues, whereby abdicating their responsibilities as set out in Article 153(3) and 4 of the Constitution. Honorable Senators, this is not a motion that would like to reduce numbers at all. Currently, we have 16 members, and I was going to beg for your indulgence as far as time is concerned. That one was not handed over to me, whether time was set. Did we set time? And are we going to set a limitation of time? 10. If we give everybody 10 minutes, 2 members will not participate at the end of the session. We'll extend until we end. Okay, thank you, Honorable Senators. Honorable Kindiki Kithure. Professor.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I congratulate Senator James Orengo, who is the de jure minority leader and the de facto majority leader, for bringing this motion, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I also congratulate Senator Moses Masika Wetangula, the greatest minority leader of all time, Madam Speaker, because of supporting this motion.
Point of order from Senator.
But hold my time, because I just stated the obvious.
Mr. Speaker, he is already mitigating. what he has said. Mr. Speaker, Madam Speaker, is it correct for the distinguished senator to refer to me as a de facto majority leader? I wish that he withdraws and apologizes, because that sends the wrong signals to the country and to my responsibilities.
Actually, I missed that one. I was with the emeritus AG. Senator Kindiki, who is the leader of majority?
Madam Speaker, I stand by my words. According to me, Madam Speaker, and I'm entitled to my opinion, Senator Orengo is the de jure leader of minority and the de facto leader of majority. Madam Speaker.
Senator Kindiki.
Madam Speaker.
Senator Kindiki, remember this was the chair you are sitting. You used to sit here and you used to have a position as far as the standing orders of the House are concerned. Please don't break them because you have left the chair here, this chair. Senator Kindiki, just go on. Let's continue because there is no time to waste as he has requested, but let's avoid.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I plead with the majority side to call the majority leader to the House because this motion is so critical that I don't think the leader of majority should be concentrating on anything else in this world when we are debating this motion, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, Madam Speaker, Madam Speaker, Madam Speaker, Madam Speaker, it is very unfortunate. It is very unfortunate that the two cabinet secretaries who are being censured this afternoon are former members of this House. Both Senator John Munez, the CS for Petroleum and Mining, former Senator for Turkana, and CS Charles Keter, former Senator of Kericho. Very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. In fact, I was shell-shocked to see my former deputy, Senator Keter, contemptuously referring the Senate to some executive order, which is an alien document in this House. We don't work with executive orders, we work with standing orders. And I saw him saying, there's an executive order that says what I should be doing and those kind of things. The executive order is an executive order. It applies in the executive. In any case, Madam Speaker, he should have come here to say those things, not to contemptuously ask senators to refer to some document and explaining why he should not come. And I want to speak to my friend Senator Keter and my friend Senator Munez, wherever you are in this world, you must come before this House and purge this contempt before it is too late. Madam Speaker, the price of fuel in Kenya today has reached a level it has never reached in the history of this country. When Jubilee government took over in 2013, fuel was retailing at 64, 65 shillings a litre. Today, it is 134 shillings in Nairobi and 143 shillings in Lokitang, where Senator Munez comes from. Madam Speaker, other than the fuel problem, we have an employment problem, we have a debt problem. In other words, Madam Speaker, there is nothing to cheer or celebrate in this country. And we must place the blame where it falls. I have heard my learned senior, Senator Wetangula, trying to excuse the president and the executive and saying that it is parliament that taxes people. But we know better, Senator Wetangula, we know better. We know And on this one again, I must agree with Senator Orengo, what he said yesterday, that this is perhaps the weakest and most helpless parliament in the history of our country. So as much as it is true, as much as to say that it's parliament that taxes people is true, but it's also true that this parliament is helpless and unable to do anything because of the fear of the executive. And it has abandoned the people we represent to their own schemes and devices. And therefore, let no one tell you that this parliament can do anything. And if they can do anything, let them do now. We need to see what they can do. Let them do now. Mr. Speaker, the president must take responsibility. He is the one who introduces all these proposals come from the executive office. And when we say so, we are not against the president. In any case, he is retiring. He is not being voted for. So we have no business criticizing the president because he is going home. But, Madam Speaker, since the politics of the handshake came to this country, the opposition died, parliament died, everything died, and the executive has been left ravaging this country, marauding this country, and doing whatever it wants. And there is nobody to talk on behalf of the people of Kenya. Let me recommend again Senator Orengo for the courage of sponsoring this motion. Because you expect the majority leader to be the one to bring this motion on behalf of this House. But he couldn't. And nobody from his side would get this courage. So I must commend Senator Orengo for defying the dynamics of the handshake politics and standing with the people of Kenya when it matters. I hope the people of Kenya are listening and watching the moves from Senator Orengo. Madam Speaker, this House must put its foot down and demand Senator Keter, Senator Munyes, to come here and explain themselves, even after this censure, in the shortest time possible. Failure to that, we will invoke the law. We will fine them. The relevant committee will fine him. And above the fine, we shall use the Director of Public Prosecutions to cause the arrest of the two ministers and the production of the same before this august House, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, allow me to say the causes of these fuel prices. Number one is overtaxation. There are 8 taxes on fuel, and all of them are very significant taxes. It's not just the VAT. There is VAT, there is excise duty, there is anti-adulteration of fuel levy, there is railway maintenance levy, there is all manner of taxes which have been imposed on fuel. 80 shillings out of 134. 80 to 81 shillings is going to taxes. We must bring this down. Secondly, certain policy interventions have caused this fuel hike. And it's important for the Energy Committee to conduct an inquiry to find out what policy interventions, other than the tax, are causing this fuel hike, because the Finance Act of 2018, Section 13, which is the contentious section, has been in place since 2013. So how come the recent hikes have come even many months and many years or several years after this Section 13 has been put in place? Thirdly, although I heard my senior again, Senator Wetangula, trying to deny that the issue of debt is responsible for this taxation, because for every 100 shillings, 68 to 70 shillings is going to pay debt. And today, I'm informed that the government now is trying to use the money borrowed from IMF to pay off the Chinese loans. That is how desperate the situation has got, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I must say that I support the censure of CS Charles Keter of Energy. I support the censure of the CS for Mining and Petroleum, Senator John Munyes, And I support that the duo be condemned to all the attendant consequences that go with the censure. And if they think they are joking, let them try to play hardball. Some of us have a little freedom and a little time to do some national duty. They must come here. It is not a request. It's no longer a request. It is mandatory. They appear here, and let them go easy on this house. I know the current crop of the executive have been taught and tutored on the language of arrogance and pride. But I want to warn them, they can take their pride and arrogance to the streets of Nairobi or Kisumu or Tharaka Nithi or Meru, but they cannot bring their pride and arrogance to this house. We will deal with them. We will not entertain that kind of rudeness, that kind of indecency, because the institutions are like the Senate. The institutions we have in this country, like Parliament, are the only hope Kenyans have in rescuing this country. So we'll be very firm with them. Senator Keter is my friend. Senator Munyes is my friend. But when duty calls, we have no option but to call them out. I support, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Senator Professor. That was well said. Senator Amos Witswila